We are talking Weeble S. Yes, it is 2022, and why are we talking Weeble S? There's so many other gimbals. This gimbal is from 2019, I think, and why do I still want to talk about this gimbal? Because it's so good and it's loved by so many. Even though it has its flaws, it's still one of the best gimbals out there. So if you want to learn a bit more about the Weeble S and why I think it still has a purpose in 2022, stick around. And if you don't know anything about me, I have a long history of working with gimbals, and my channel is packed with amazing gimbal videos and tutorials. I'm just curious, do you have a Weeble S? Put it down in the comments because I want to know what you guys are shooting on. To be honest, this gimbal comes with me on most shoots, together with another gimbal, which is the DJI RC2. And the reason why I always have two gimbals on set is because two is one and one is none. And on top of that, I also have the glide cam. So I got 3 stabilizers with me at all times when I'm out shooting commercial stuff or stuff for clients. And the reason for that is, as I said, 2 is one and 1 is none. If one fails, I have another gimbal. If that one fails, I have the glide cam. But I also have the glide cam because the glide cam gives me another look, and if the weather is bad, the glide cam never fails. There's no mechanic things in it that can break. So that's why the glide cam is such a good tool to know. The Weeble S keeps evolving, it keeps coming back to me because it's one of the first really good gimbals that I think came out that really took the world by storm, and that's why it's loved by so many and still is today. And you can get this at a really great price point. I'll put some links down below so you can go and grab one for yourself if you want to. But I keep evolving this gimbal. I do that with all of my gimbals. I keep trying to make them better and how can I work with them in the best way. And one of the things that I didn't like about the Weeble S was the back handle. And I had the Weeble 2 laying around because I really don't use that gimbal, but the back handle for it is so good. So I slightly modified it to fit onto here. Just put some spacers in there, and this fits on there. There are other handles out there similar to this one. So if you don't have a Weeble 2 laying around, don't worry, you can get a handle like this. And the reason why I like this handle is the grip, and it doesn't have this fold out legs that falls down when it's on there. So this is the sturdiest handle you can get. Also modified it with this arm, the small rig arm, instead of the old small rig arm. I had this slide out, it was heavy, it was big. This one works perfectly, but yes, it clunks into the side of this. So if I need to make a hard turn, I just push this up and it's not a problem. So, but again, most of the times when I shoot with the Weeble S, it's because I'm shooting down low. And this was where the Weeble S originally were designed to shoot in the low position. The way that they built this gimbal and the way that it's made is it's supposed to be used down low. And it does it so well, I will say. Still the best gimbal shooting down low. I have the monitor on the side. I can see everything from above. When I'm shooting like this, you can see, I can shoot and I can see everything. So this is where the Weeble S shines. I've shot a lot of car stuff lately, and I still get amazing stabilized footage out of this gimbal. And I know that new gimbals keep coming out time over time, and they get better, they get bigger motors, but at the end of the day, it's the same. Like, some has new features that are cool, some has better stabilization, some can take heavier cameras, but for my sake and for most creators, we have smaller cameras that will fit on a Weeble S. And I don't want to carry the biggest and the heaviest gimbal around when I'm shooting or when I'm traveling, especially. Then this one has to pack down into my backpack, and it does that. The DJI gimbals also does that. But once it gets bigger than this, the problems start to kind of take place, I would say. I can feel it in my back, it doesn't fit in my back, and it's just not fun anymore to have a gimbal that is big and heavy, because the tear and wear on your physique is so mentally draining. It just comes to a point where I do not want to shoot on a gimbal anymore. So as long as I can keep it as light as possible, it's the best thing. And the Weeble S is one of the lightest setups that I have, and no matter what gimbal you have, if it's from the time of the Weeble S and forward, you will have a great tool. So unless you're looking for something specifically in a gimbal, I don't think there's any reason to change your gimbal out. But again, we know we are filmmakers, we are creators, and we love new tech. So as soon as new tech comes out, we all want it. I'm the same like that. New cameras come out, new gimbals come out, new stuff. I just feel like I want that thing. But just take into consideration when you see all these new things, it's not always that your footage will be better with a new gimbal. So just practice with the stuff that you have, and then rent some gear at time to time to see if it is really better, or if your old gimbal still gets the job done, because in like 95% of the time it does. And I'm not running around with my gimbal at all times. I use my gimbal for specific shots, and for the rest of them I shoot handheld. So when I need a gimbal, I will take the gimbal out and shoot with it. I actually miss the Crane 3 Lab. That gimbal I don't have anymore. I sold it a year ago or something like that. So if you're still shooting on the Crane 3 Lab, please let me know down in the comments. And if one of you guys want to let one go one day, hit me up and then I might buy it from you. And if you haven't seen the video from last week about shaky video, I will link it down in the description so you can go back and watch this. And together with the gimbal strap video, the link for this is also down in the description. Everything is down in the description. So just go down there, grab whatever you need, and you will help me as a creator. That's it guys, stay creative, stay safe, and if you can, go out and shoot some dope videos. See you next time. Bye. And then lastly, and if yours, and how do I get back to that?